ਕੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਐਕਸੀਡੈਂਟ ਦੇ ਕਾਰਨ ਪਰੇਸ਼ਾਨ ਹੋ? ਕਾਲ ਹਾਸ਼ਮੀ ਲਾਅ ਫਰਮ। ਇਹ ਪਰਸਨਲ ਇੰਜਰੀ ਅਤੇ ICPC ਕੇਸਿਸ ਦੇ ਮਾਹਰ ਹਨ। ਡਾਇਨਾਮਿਕ, ਤਜਰਬੇਕਾਰ ਅਤੇ ਪ੍ਰੋਫੈਸ਼ਨਲ ਲਾਇਰਸ ਦੀ ਟੀਮ ਨੂੰ ਅੱਜ ਹੀ ਫ੍ਰੀ ਕੰਸਲਟੇਸ਼ਨ ਲਈ ਕਾਲ ਕਰੋ 604 599 2900 ਤੇ।
ਸਾਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਹੈ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਕੀ ਗੁਜ਼ਰ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ, ਅਸੀਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਹਾਂ।
ਕੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਰਜ਼ੇ ਦੇ ਬੋਝ ਹੇਠ ਦੱਬੇ ਹੋ? ਸਮਝ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਉਂਦਾ ਕੀ ਕਰੋ?
ਫਾਈਨੈਂਸ਼ੀਅਲ ਪ੍ਰੋਬਲਮਸ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਫੈਮਿਲੀ ਲਾਈਫ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਮਾੜਾ ਅਸਰ ਪਾ ਸਕਦੀਆਂ ਹਨ। ਜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇਸ ਮੁਸ਼ਕਲ 'ਚ ਹੋ ਤਾਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਮਦਦ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ।
ਅਸੀਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਕਰਜ਼ੇ ਨੂੰ ਵੱਧ ਤੋਂ ਵੱਧ ਘਟਾ ਕੇ ਰਹਿੰਦੀ ਰਕਮ ਨੂੰ ਇੰਟਰਸਟ ਫ੍ਰੀ ਕਿਸ਼ਤਾਂ 'ਚ ਬਦਲ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ।
ਅਸੀਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਕਰਜ਼ੇ ਤੋਂ ਮੁਕਤ ਕਰਾ ਕੇ ਨਵੀਂ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ ਜੀਣ ਵਿੱਚ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਮਦਦ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ।
1866-790-8984 ਬਿਜ਼ਨਸ ਸੋਲੂਸ਼ਨਜ਼, ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਪਰੇਸ਼ਾਨੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਸਾਥੀ।
Welcome back to the Harpreet Singh Show, and this is Tania's Truth Talk. Before the commercial break, we were speaking with a well-known author by the name of Bijan Ilyaie. He's been sharing with us his amazing story of how he was actually involved into black magic and all kinds of different satanic realms that he was getting into, and now how he's come to this point in his life where he's done a 360, and now he is walking with the Lord, and he is going to share his amazing testimony with you and the work that he's doing for God's kingdom today. So,
I was in Japan.
You were in Japan, you were in Iran, you were working and dealing with people in gangs, brothels, growing dope, wineries, black magic, satanic forces, and here you are, an author of Journey Back from Ixtlan. You're a recording artist, and you're on fire for the Lord.
Yes, amen.
How does this happen?
Well, in fact, before I left Iran and go to Japan, officially I became a guru. I was teaching others how to access spiritual truth and techniques to deal with other words, or it was very interesting that people even were ready to pay me to teach them.
Wow.
So when I went to Tokyo in Japan one night, I was so wasted on alcohol, and I had lots of drugs with me all the time. And I came back home, and it was late at midnight, and I hated myself, my life, everything around me. And I was so mad at that power, that higher power that I held responsible for everything that I went through, and the whole world is going through.
Right.
So I was so mad, and before I unlocked the door, something strange happened in me, and I fell on my knees and I began to cry like a baby, weeping. I mean, it was so heavy that I couldn't even say a word. Then I just kept saying, God, if you're there, if you created me, you have to love me, you have to care for me. If you brought me to this world, you have to show me the way.
Yeah.
Otherwise, kill me or save me. I mean,
But you didn't know
what,
which God you
yeah.
were crying out to. So you're
Never,
basically,
yes.
if there's a God and you're real, show me who you are.
That's a
what
bottom
happened with me
line.
too. Yeah.
Even the most atheist people, there are times that when they got to the bottom, they say, God, help me.
So you got to a point where you were at the bottom and you were searching in the world for all the satisfaction. You kept searching,
True.
but you weren't finding it. So you get
Nothing.
to a point, you've tried to take your own life, that didn't work. In my opinion, the Lord had his hand on your life because he had a plan for you.
Amen.
Boy, did he ever.
Amen.
Because you're an author now. You are spreading the gospel. You've got 2 CDs out. One is Noisy Generation, and another one is called Unconditional. And some of this is in another language. And
Yes, Noisy Generation is in Farsi, but Unconditional is my first English album. Actually, this is the first English album that an Iranian ever produced.
Oh
So,
my goodness. Where can people go to find out more about your ministry and the work that you're
They
doing?
can simply go to my website, www.bijanilyaie.com,
Okay.
and
Find out more
get
about your
information
ministry?
and everything. Yeah.
So what would you say now? We've talked about where your life was. Where is your life today? What are you doing, and how has Jesus Christ changed your life?
Well, actually, let me go back to that moment that I fell on my
Your knees, yeah.
Yes. After I actually yelled at God about the situation, the next morning, the next day, I met with a girl who was a missionary from Youth for the Mission. And she took me to the church. And, right away, the next day, God answered my question. And I went to the church and I saw young people, dancing, jumping up and down, music on stage, everything. And, I was...
You're wondering, why are they so happy? Yeah.
So, yes, that was the turning point of my life, and I gave my heart to Christ. I stayed with Youth for the Mission for a while in Tokyo, and then God told me that now it's time for you to go back to your country and, tell your friends and tell your family about what happened.
So when you go back home and you're spreading the gospel of Jesus Christ, how is this affecting what you do? That must be a bit dangerous, wouldn't it be?
Well, it was, because I was arrested a few times.
For that?
Yes. My wife left me because of that, because of my activities. And I was sentenced to death back in Iran, because I was doing the same thing. I mean, translating Christian books, writing Christian books, making music.
So you were sentenced to die in
Yes.
Iran. How is it that you got away from that?
Well, actually, it was very complicated situation. You need to read the book to to follow the.
Okay.
It's like a chain reaction. So, yeah. But I was working with the Assemblies of God back in Iran as a minister and one of the leaders, and beside that, because church was banned to evangelize outside of the church.
Yes.
But I tried to do that through music and through literature. So
Okay.
I was very well known and popular among Iranians in young generation back in Iran.
But was that
as
in a
singer
good way, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
As a singer
Yeah.
and musician and translator. Yeah.
That is amazing.
And my parents, my relatives, so many friends came to Christ through my testimony. And my mother said, I can't believe, I can't believe my eyes, you were that drug dealer with that situation that we
Yes.
know you were living in, and now you're shining, you're glowing.
You know what? And that is so true. I mean, with so many of the guests that I have on my show, so many of the guests I've had on my show that were addicted to drugs so bad. And there's people that they try to do things their way. They go to drug rehab over and over and over again. It never works. But then they say, you know what? When I finally surrendered my all to
Exactly.
Jesus Christ, I was healed like that.
Something supernatural
Something snapped, and
happens,
it's like supernatural, and that really is the power of God.
Amen.
Thank you so much for coming
Sure,
on
my
and sharing
pleasure.
your story, and I definitely would like to have you back again, because you've got so
Hopefully.
much more interesting stuff that I really want to get into in detail. So thank you for coming on the show.
Sure,
It's just
thank
been
you
a
for having
pleasure.
me.
So thank you for watching Tania's Truth Talk on the Harpreet Singh Show. Tune in next week. We've got another amazing story that you don't want to miss. See you next time.